Well, that's it. It's all over now. There's just no competition in this league. Even when they go 2-0 down, the Cov can find a way back. How you're doing? Welcome back to West Sky Blues Walk. It is 20 minutes of Coventry City chat, and of course we're looking back on that West Brom victory. We're also talking about just what is it that why this team have found so much character, keep coming back from setbacks. Absolutely brilliant. We're also talking about Haji Wright versus Simms. What's your view on who should get in this squad? And we're also looking at the big games this week against the Boro. We've got Jay, Tom, and somewhere we have got Scott hiding as well. There he is. We hope we hope you're doing well. Just a quick shout out: if you have a Coventry business that you would like to advertise with us and sponsor the show, we'd very much like to get in touch. Drop us a comment below, and we will get in touch with you. Right then, Jay. Can't keep a good team down, can you? Is it getting a bit boring for you now? This winning every week.
No, I thought it was good value for money on Saturday. I don't know, it was made about £45 a ticket for. It was like great entertainment. We had fireworks show part of the game. We gave them a chance going 2-0 up. We obviously gave them a bit of entertainment with the red card and obviously coming back with those 3 goals. So I think it was a good, fun game. In all seriousness, though, I genuinely thought throughout that whole game, even though when we went 2-0 down, I genuinely thought that we'll come back into that game, and I thought we'll at least get a point, maybe push on for the win, which obviously inevitably we did. But I thought we weren't fantastic in that first half, but we weren't shocking. It was sort of a game that West Brom were playing well, but in my eyes, they were playing for the 2 chances they got, and we had some good chances in that first half as well. The Simms header should have buried it. Torp hitting the bar. Eccles, their goalkeeper, made a good save from Eccles from a corner as well. So again, people were moaning that we didn't create much chances. But looking back on it, we had some good opportunities. Obviously, they did as well. Our defence was a little bit poor, I thought, in the first sort of 20, 30 minutes. But Malumbi, stupid red card. I don't know what he was thinking at all. And also Ryan Mason, tactically, I thought he set up brilliantly. The way they set up in the first half, brilliantly. But then take Michael Johnson off at half time, and their striker Higginbotham, I think his name was, when the red card was shown, I thought he's causing us a few problems. I thought between Ryan Mason and Malumbi, they cost them the game.
Yeah. Do we talk about defensively though, Scott? I mean, those wobbles at the back, which we have spoken about before. I mean, Johnson was getting down that side with ease, wasn't he, for the first half an hour, 25 minutes, and of course the 2 goals came from almost carbon copies of each other. Is that a slight worry for you?
It did worry me Saturday, I must admit. I think the first one was a ball that De Silva tried to play and got intercepted, so I don't think he was out of position for that one. I think we knocked it around the back 4, and I think for me, looking at the replays and the highlights, it was passed a little bit too slowly, and we, as soon as the ball gets there's a man on you, and I think he tried a flick, and obviously the ball went to the wide right. Fella goes down the right, and I think me and Jay have discussed this kind of thing before on here, that I think the centre halves ran away from him, basically back to the box, and again looking at the highlights, he had 20 yards to run forward on his own unchallenged, squared it, tapped it in. It looked like the second goal was a bit of a carbon copy down the right again. Left out too far from me. I think somebody should close him down. And again, the ball's gone past Kitchen again. It's come off the far post. I don't even think he's kicked it properly. It's gone in. But I think the first 30 minutes, as Jay was saying, I think everybody struggled at the back to, I don't know what the right word is, get the ball off the ground almost. There were so many scuff kicks from the back four, even the keeper, a couple of clearances. I just don't know what was going on, but at the back, the first 30 minutes, I thought we looked all over the place, to be brutally honest. And going 2-0 down, I can't think if they had another chance or Rushworth made another save. But yeah, I think there was one where he tried to clear with his right foot that went straight into 2 of their players, and somehow we managed to get the ball back. But we could have gone 3 down at one stage. But obviously when the red card game, I think it was one-way traffic really, and I didn't have an issue with the defence at all, I don't think, in second half. But first 30 was not great, in my opinion.
Is it now done, Tom? Let's be frank here. The Opta supercomputer this week has said there's a 69% chance that Coventry go up. You've now nearly played nearly everybody. There doesn't seem to be any competition. Ipswich are faltering. Southampton might come good. Leicester are going to get a points deduction this week. Hurrah! I'm sure you will be pleased about that. You've beaten Stoke. You've got Boro to play. They've got a new manager. It's done and dusted, isn't it?
No, for me, no. We've seen it all before with Cov. And until it's mathematically done, it's not done for me. And I'm still saying to everyone, I'm like, this is so amazing, but I'm just thinking, how long will it last? Every week we keep winning. I'm like, it just continues. It's just dreamland. I mean, we're 7 points clear now, but until it's done for me. But yeah, I was a bit nervous about the game on Saturday because I thought they're a bit of a bogey side. Unlike Jay, I was a bit negative between down. I thought we've completely international breaks, messed us around. The manager of the month curse, all that. I was like, we've completely messed this game up. But the lads showed it again. They've got spirit and they've got fight, and that's what champions do. So long may it continue. But it's just so positive. I mean, yeah, defensively for like 20, 30 minutes, it was not great, but we won the game in the end, and that's all that matters. So until it's done, though, mathematically, I'm still saying it's not done yet. But it is. I feel like we're getting there. This could be our year, hopefully.
Okay. Resilience. As the three of you let you talk about this, Lampard's mentioned it in his post-match interviews this week about he's seeing this side. Yeah, this bounce back ability, this belief that even if you do concede, and we've seen it. The only team we didn't see against was Wrexham, but when you have conceded first, Scott, Jay, you always come back. Where's that come from? Do you think is that a Lampard characteristic, or is this shades of what Robin's had you like in previous seasons?
Okay, I think it's a Lampard thing, really. Even when we go a goal down, there's always everyone's still very calm. It's sort of we still play to our game plan and stuff. So there's no, even when Malumbi got sent off, it wasn't a case of we took Rodoni on, we took BTA on because we need the goal quick as possible. We'll just carry on playing our game. The team, and you hit the nail on the head. There's a belief in this team. There's a belief that we're always going to create chances. We're always going to get the opportunity to score goals. And I truly think that's come down from Frank and from the management team as well. But as I said, I truly felt, even at 2-0 down, we'll get, as long as we get, I thought if we get a goal before half-time, this game's on. Luckily, we got a goal back before half-time, some brilliant play by Saka down on the wing. Got a goal back, but everyone just sort of so calm and reassured of what their job is and what they're going to be doing as a team. They've all got belief with each other. Obviously, it's been spoken about a lot. We've got a bit of a thin squad. Maybe we could do an extra 2-3 players, maybe. But that does create a nice, tight-knit team well. So I just think they all have trust in each other. They all know that each other are going to be able to do their job, and they've just got to stick to their job. And that resilience just shines through game after game after game, and it's been absolutely fantastic to watch. And as Tom mentioned, I'm sort of semi-thinking, it's going to fall apart, but also I'm semi sort of really, really confident there's a bunch of guys that they're going to really perform and succeed and do well throughout the whole season. The world may fall off in the future and we have a bit of a bad patch, but until that happens, I think we win every game.
I mean, every team I speak to, Scott, as you know, we do all 23 podcasts for the other teams. Every team after they've played Coventry, the fans always sit with me and say the same thing. They're the best team we played this season. They're going to go up. Stoke said it last week. They were like, yeah, even though it was a boring game, they're by far the better side. There is no competition, is there?
No, I've had the conversation with my son and my brother-in-law, I should say sister's partner if he's listening. But yeah, we had the conversation the weekend, and in my head, I've said exactly the same. When I've looked around, there's nobody I don't think that plays as well as us so far this season. So that's in my head. But like Tom was saying, it's not over until it's over. But you keep looking around thinking, no one's playing at the same level. You look at all the goal differences, no one's banging goals in. There's not many teams that are regularly coming from behind like we are. And like Jay was saying about the resilience, we saw that last season. Late wins against Pompey, against QPR. I'm sure there's probably 3, 4, 5 other games. Stoke. We mentioned it last season, even when Frank was here, that the game's not over until the whistle's gone. And I think that's just instilled in the players. And yeah, we saw that Saturday. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I'm an old bloke, and you just think wise words is just like take it easy. And when it's done, it's done. But you keep looking around thinking, I don't think there's anybody better. But like Jay was saying, there's bound to be a dodgy patch where some of those late goals go against us, and things might happen. But yeah, it's nice to hear that. It's just got to continue, and at the moment, it seems to be.
Okay. You now start a run, Tom, of 6 very tricky or potentially tricky away games. We've got Boro, of course, this week, and then the next 5 after that include trips to Ipswich, Preston, which we all know, of course, the history of that fixture, Southampton away just before Christmas, followed up by Charlton away on New Year's Day, and then Birmingham City away shortly after that. I don't think if I could have tried to put a more difficult 6 away fixtures together for Coventry, I don't think I could have done a better job. So if we get to the 4th of January after St Andrews and we're still discussing this, will even you believe that after that run that you're going up?
Yeah, I wouldn't say 100% because for me, if it's not done, it's not done still. But I would be very confident that we've done it. I mean, that's some tough places to go. I think Borough's going to be tough Tuesday. I've actually read today they've got a few injuries, so that's quite positive for us. Ipswich, I am going. I'm a bit Ipswich is one team that I'm just really nervous about. I don't know why, because they're still not winning every week, but they're still a team that I just know how good they are. They got Jaden Philogene. He is an exceptional player. So I'm quite nervous about that one. Birmingham away, I think that's back all the way in January, isn't it? They never lose at home. Charlton, I think we get a result there. Southampton, I can see us getting a result. And Preston, well, I say it, the season we beat Preston away, we've won the league. And that could be this season. But they're not too bad at home either, but they did lose to Blackburn the other day at home. So I don't see why we can't do it. But it is Preston away, and we never win there. So.
Okay. Right. Before we go, thank you so much for all the subs we've had and all the nice comments and so on. If you haven't yet subbed to the channel, it'd be really great for you if you press the subscribe button and the like below. We're trying to grow this to 2,000 by the end of the season. That'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you all for all your support so far. Right, we're talking the letter G in our A to Z this week, so stand by for that. That's also prompted us to think about goalkeepers, given that it begins with G as well, but not good ones. We're talking about the dodgy ones. And in the comments, if you can help us out with this, what is the worst, or who is the worst goalkeeper you've ever seen play for Coventry City? Yeah, maybe not include the more recent ones. But we'll see. Scott, who for you in your long time supporting this club?
I'm pretty sure we discussed this before. I think we came up with Lee Burge, if I remember rightly. That was the name that I think cropped up. But I did do a bit of research. I know we'd spoken about Burge, and a few people disagreed online and what have you. But I didn't see this chap. There was one chap who had one game for us, Rafael Nuzo. He was on loan. We lost 5-1. One game he had, we lost 5-1. So I don't think he did very well. And there's another chap called Dimitrios Konstantopoulos, who I think he played about 14 games, let 16 goals, didn't have 4 clean sheets. So I guess it would have been Nuzo looking at the stats for me, but I think we said Lee Burge last time. But yeah,
and have you beat that?
I can only think of Brad Collins, to be honest, but he was all right the first season he came. It was a season the FA Cup season. He was brilliant, especially at Wembley, but then the season after he fell apart, and now he's at Burton. So that's a more recent one, though. Lee Burge for me is probably the worst I've seen.
Yeah, I said Lee Burge. That was my suggestion last time, and I did get a bit of stick for that. But I think Brad Collins just has to be like that. The last season, he is honestly horrendous what he was doing in goal. He was literally oh my god, it's absolutely shocking. So I don't care about recency bias. It has to be Brad Collins. Surely, happy Brad Collins.
Okay, all right. Let us know in the comments, of course. Right. Finally, then we're going to do West Ham will get extra time shortly before we get to the A to Z. Sorry, continues with the letter G. Open forum. Anybody want to put anything forward?
I'll go first if that's okay. Sorry, thank you. A more recent one for me, Victor Gyökeres. I mean. And we every Cov fan knows what an outstanding player he is. I mean, one of the best players I've seen play for the club in my lifetime. We got good money for him. He went to Sporting, he's done bits. Gone to Arsenal. He's had a bit of a slow start, but I know he'll come good. I told all my Arsenal mates that. Yeah, Gyökeres, I mean, if we think back to that playoff final season, he was just outstanding. And we all the Cov fans still love him. So, yeah, Gyökeres for me.
Anyone beat that?
I'm going to say this one before Scott does. I'm sure Scott was there on his debut. I think it was his 30th debut in 1964.
Yeah.
It was Bill Glasdier, goalkeeper. I've obviously never seen him play. When I was doing a bit of research, he was a world record goalkeeper signing for us for 35 grand. So apparently he was a goalkeeper for 35 grand back in 1964. And the other player I would mention is Matt Grimes. I think when he lifts that championship title this end of the season, everyone will be raving about him, especially. But I think maybe a little bit early, but I think Vic's the guy. But Scott, you got anybody?
Well, I was not talking about Bill Glazer. I did go back to Bobby Gould and Terry Gibson because Gibbo was brilliant. I saw him get a hat-trick against Liverpool and he was brilliant. But I had a chat with Ben when it was just the two of us on here the other week, and I think he's sort of left a plant in my mind. And you just said his name, Jay, Grimesy. He came in last January, and it's probably up for debate, but he's probably had the most impact on the side in 18 months, nearly 2 years that I can remember. We came in January. I can't remember where we were in the league, but we ended up in the playoffs and got done by Sunderland in the last second of the playoffs. And this season, I know it's not all him, but he's been made a massive difference to this side. I'd go Grimesy.
Yeah, Grimes is a great shout, to be fair. Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. Who they missed in the comments below, let us know. We'll shout these out next week. And join us for H next week as well, which is some obvious ones for that as well. Right, stay tuned for West Sky Blues Walk. I'm going to sign off and wish you well against the Boro, of course, this week. And we'll see you on the other side to talk more Coventry City. Yeah, it's all over. Surely it is. Thanks for watching. Here comes West Sky Blues Walk Extra Time.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, like we said, where do we start? I mean, it's just the three of us this week, but first half, Jay, what was your view? I know we've just discussed it, but your more detailed view on the first half?
Yeah, I thought we did okay. I thought the first 20 minutes, Matt Grimes was not very good in that game at all. He gave away the ball quite a lot. If Matt Grimes is not very good, I don't think we tick that nicely. I made a tweet about this after the game. It's more praising Victor Torp than it was criticising Grimes. But literally in the first couple of minutes in our sort of defensive third, Grimes got the ball on two occasions, literally one after another. He got the ball, lost it. Ball came back to him. He lost it again, and they were West Brom on not quite through on goal, but it was a very good opportunity for them. And Victor Torp just came sliding in, absolutely fantastic challenge. But that's not like Matt Grimes at all to lose the ball twice. Well, to lose the ball once, but twice in quick succession. So I just thought we didn't have that rhythm quite there for the first 20 odd minutes. He kicked into the game toward the back end of the half. But even though we weren't fantastic, we created some very good opportunities. As I mentioned previously, the Simms header comes to mind, the Torp shot, Eccles shot where the keeper made a good smart save as well. So we did have opportunity, but I just thought the defence was way too open and uncharacteristically quite poor, to be honest with you. Again, with the fullbacks, I do feel that they do. Obviously, the reason why we create so many chances is because our fullbacks do bomb on, so they do leave a lot of space behind them. And I do feel like we saw it against Watford, Blackburn. We saw it this weekend as well. Obviously, West Brom changed their wingers, so they were more sort of hugging the touchline, and that was a good tactical switch, I thought. So they had more space there, and that is probably our Achilles heel in this team, is that fullback area. And it's not sort of a criticism of the two fullbacks we've got, because they both have very, very good seasons. It's more of a tactical thing, because they push on so much, it leaves a lot of space in those sort of in those little pockets in the corner. So yeah, I just thought we did okay. We were sort of ticking along, creating the odd little chance. They were. I thought Ryan Mason set up his team very, very well in that first half. I thought they were solid at the back, but they counted very well, especially hitting us in the areas that we left space for them as well. But I just think we'll come to the second half in a minute. But I think Ryan Mason cost them that game, and obviously Willumby cost them that game as well. But I thought we were okay. We were okay. Apparently, it's West Brom's best half they've ever had in their history, by the sounds of it, according to their fans. Well, obviously the season especially. But I don't think they were as good as they're saying. To be honest with you, I think they had little patches, but obviously we had little patches as well. But yeah, that was my sort of breakdown.
What about you, Tom?
Yeah, I thought, as Jay said, I thought we were okay. Defensively, I didn't think we were very good at all for the first 20, 30 minutes. You can see it with 2 goals. De Silva gets caught out. He's trying to flick it on, and he completely messes it up for the first goal. And I think Grimes gets caught out for the first goal as well. So I don't think he was the best at the beginning, but, he was exceptional after that. Second goal, they just flick it over to Silva. It's just really poor defensively. Bobby Thomas as well. But then I think after that, I can't say a single bad thing about him. But I was just thinking in the back of my head, if we get a goal before half time here, I will go into half time happy. But if we were 2-0 down, I'd have been very frustrated at half time. So we got the goal, and then obviously the red card massively helped us. Such a stupid challenge by Malumbi as well. So it's a clear second yellow. I don't really know what he's trying to do there. So, but yeah, I thought we got okay in the first half overall. Very defensively shaky, but I always feel after international break we start games a bit shaky. And I was always thinking about manager of the month curse, everything, and I was like, this is we've lost this. But it turns out I was too negative because they show us why they deserve to be first, and we turn it around. So I mean, the second half was so much better, so much better.
I mean, I was probably more positive out of the 3 of us because I turned to the blokes at 2-0 down next to me and said, "We're going to win this game," and they both looked at me and went, "Are you serious?"
Fair enough.
Like,
Fair enough.
And the thing that I remember was on Malumbi's first challenge when he went flying into EMC. I was sitting there a few minutes before going, this game needs a spark. Something needs to happen to liven this up. I was thinking, we haven't got Bissett on the pitch who could wind somebody up and, give a load of grief. And then Malumbi goes in on EMC. It all kicks off. There's yellow cards. And for me, the whole place lit up then. The crowd, the players, it just went bananas. And then obviously we saw the Tats cross and that echoed his header. I thought it was a great header. Superb header for
Really good.
Thought he ran his socks off first half, to be honest. He looked a little bit too far away from Grimes and Torp at times again, but I think we probably covered it off saying that the defence was a little bit dodgy. Like you said, Grimesy unusually, bit-ish now and again. But, when we came back to 2-1, I think, definitely. I was certainly looking forward to the second half. And I did a bit of a Chris Kamara. I'm going to admit this now. Chris Kamara second half. I don't know if you remember it on Sky Sports, but I'm sitting there. And then Malumbi gets booked, and I'm standing up there with the crowd going, hey, all this kind of stuff, and sit back down, and someone's messaging me, so I messaged them back, and I looked at my phone, and I went, what's going on? I said, West Brom apparently have got a red card. I haven't even seen
I love that moment, that Chris Kamara.
I'm sitting there going, mate,
brilliant.
Just been booked again, he's been sent off, and I'm like, who? Malumbi, I was like, oh, right, okay, then put my phone down quickly and just missed the red card of Malumbi, but after that, it was one-way traffic, I think, when it Jay, second half.
Yeah, to be honest, I think he forgot he was on the yellow card. That was like such a decision to make. Like it was in our half. In our half, Eccles spins him. They had plenty of defensive reinforcement back there as well. I think it was 4-on-3, maybe something like that. So someone could have come across and challenged him. But I think it's such a stupid decision from him to pull him back. And again, obviously, it's a yellow card for sure. In today's game, a little bit soft. But again, that's a conversation for another day. I think a yellow card should be a yellow card. But I just think the second half, we even in that first 4 or 5 minutes before the yellow card, we could see the intensity sort of went up a level as well. And then as soon as that red card was shown, we put our foot on their throats. Like for that 10 minutes, 15 minutes after that, we were going all guns blazing. They couldn't get out of their half. I thought, and again, Malumbi cost him that game, but I think Ryan Mason cost him that game massively. Johnson came off. I presume he was injured, but apparently not. He came off for a tactical switch, which I thought
that's what he said.
Ridiculous decision because he was getting a lot of joy down that side. Grant, I don't think he was okayish in patches. So if you're going to take anybody off, maybe put Johnson on the other side and in Julia on the left if he wants to make the tactical switch. And then when we got when they got the red card, he took off Higginbow, who I thought was a few little problems for us. He's a big, strong lad. He got a decent amount of pace on him. It has a little bit of nastiness about him, I thought, as well, which is in a good way. Not that he was a dirty player, but he had that sort of little grip behind him. I thought he gave a good showing for himself as well. So to take him off, and then they went really defensive, which I just think played massively into our hand because then the ball's just going to keep coming back to them. And I thought, again, I've been a massive critic of this fella, but Ellis Simms, I thought for 70-odd minutes, however long he played, 70, 80 minutes, I thought he put a real good shift in. He's got a touch of a trampoline. I keep saying that his touch at times is absolutely shocking. but he's just gone up a level. I feel he's I wouldn't say he was lazy last season, but you can see when he used to do his half-hearted jumps to win the headers and stuff, he stopped doing that. When he runs down, he chased the ball down. Obviously, he has that little trampoline touch, but then he chases the ball afterwards as well. He caused him a lot of problems. He should have scored in the first half of that header, but then that goal was well deserved, I thought. And then Victor Torp, his collection of goals this season is literally it's going to be him for goal of the season for us because he's scored some absolute crackers, and that was a lovely technical strike from him as well. Obviously, not the sweetest of strikes, but he came down from a really high height. He watched it all the way. And I just thought as soon as we got that third goal, we controlled the game very, very well. They had maybe 5 minutes at the end, I think, where they put a little pressure on without doing anything. Yeah. Then Rushworth, I thought, just swept up everything very nicely as well. One through ball, he came out and took it out, and a couple of crosses came out as well. So I thought it was a really, really good measured second half. West Brom cost themselves the points there massively.
Yeah, I thought Eccles did well for the second yellow card. I thought he, whether he was actually spun that much, I don't know, but he's very, very clever, is what people say about him going down and getting that yellow card. So, I thought he did well. Go on, Tom.
What I will say about Simms as well, Jay, is what I really liked is when he scored, he just picked the ball up straight back to the halfway line. Just get on with it. No celebrations. Just get on with it. And you know what? That's very professional.
And like his normal running around with his shirt across over his head.
Yeah, exactly.
You ever celebrated at Wolves?
Yeah, good point. Good point. You guys are going to love this one. The red card. I have a story about the red card, about how I saw it. So my girlfriend really wanted some chips, and I was like, oh, fine, I don't really want to miss any of the football, but I'll go get some. I'm walking back out with my chips in my hand, and all I see is Malumbi walking off there and we're going cheerio. So I'm like, you've just been sent off. What's going on? I could see it on the TV a little bit, but you couldn't really see it in the concourse. And I go, I think I got a red card. She was like, yeah. I was like, I completely missed that then. But, it was a second yellow, so fair enough.
It wasn't just me then.
Yeah, no, it wasn't just you, mate. But no, Torp as well. Exceptional game from him again. One of our top scorers. And I think every goal he scores is just a beautiful goal as well. He doesn't score boring goals. It's always something magnificent. And it was a great finish. So fair play to him.
Yeah, I had a slightly different opinion to Simms to Jay and Ben yesterday. I thought he was okay. I must admit, I thought he was okay. I looked him at Pompey. I thought he was far, far better at Pompey than he was yesterday, personally. I thought a little bit of the old Simms came back yesterday, like you said, Jay, about nothing stuck to his feet for me yesterday. I wasn't too fussed about the one that he missed first half because I think he was sort of blindsided by the defender in front of him. I don't even think he saw it that well, to be fair to him. Really pleased that he scored because I'm desperate for him to score. I just thought the old Simms came back and the touch was gone at times. I didn't really see him. I guess I could sum it up by saying I'd like to see him a bit more proactive than reactive half the time. Go and get yourself into the game a bit more. Having said that, I'm not slating the guy. He's played well this season when he's come on. He was brilliant at Pompey. It might be the confidence thing, but the other thing that I did notice about him, when Torp got his man of the match award at the end, both of them came over and did the old way thing in the corner. Simsy was there and he was loving it and clapping the fans when he went off as well. Even when he was subbed, he turned around and clapped everybody. So, I thought it isn't too bad. He could have done better.
Just give some stats on this, because I know you love a stat. So basically, he had passing 58% pass success rate. So again, that's his touch. I feel is a bit off. 2 out of 3 shots on target. And these are the ones that are again 22 touches in total, which is not massive. 5 in the box, but these are the ones that I liked from him. Duels, aerial duels 1, 2 out of 3. So again, West Brom have got big strikers, Nat Phillips and I can't remember the other fella's name. Taylor, is it? The big
Taylor, yeah. He's massive. Yeah. He was massive.
So ground duels 2 out of 3, but aerial duels 5 out of 8 he won. So 67% ground duels, 62% aerial duels, which I thought is a good sort of ratio there for him. Again, the Pompey game, I thought, as I've said over and over again, I think that was a perfect 9 performance bar not scoring a goal.
Yeah.
But again, don't get me wrong, I don't think he was a world beater yesterday, but I just thought he did his job well. He linked up the play well, and compare that to Haji Wright. Actually, Mark should spoke about this last bit earlier. Compare that to Haji Wright. I didn't think Haji Wright would have done half the stuff that Simms did yesterday, where he linked the ball up as well. Sometimes the game passes him by, but I just think Simms was trying to get involved. Again, he wasn't involved massively, but what he was doing well, I thought. And again, I'm a big critic of Simms as well, but I just thought he did well. He did good for the team. I thought he did well for the team. It wasn't an amazing performance, but it was a good solid performance.
He did overall. He scored his goal. He went off with 20 minutes ago, which makes me think he's going to start Tuesday. Give him a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Stuck BTA on. I thought BTA did well when he came on, as much as he could. But I think you've mentioned the name earlier, Torp. I mean, I was sort of 50-50, 60-40 last season. I think probably more positively, but this season, I mean,
he stepped up
he
massively.
he can't stop scoring goals, and he can't stop scoring great goals. I don't think. What do you think?
Exactly.
What's happened to him, Tommy? What was he? £2 million? How much did we pay for him? 1.2.
Yeah, it was around the 2 million mark. I can't remember exactly. His first season, I thought he was decent. Second season, I was a bit like, he's very injury prone, wasn't he, as well? But
yeah.
I think he had a bit of an injury spell. He had a bit of an injury spell this season, but he's just stepped it up massively. I think he's settled down now. He knows his job. He loves playing under Lampard. Yeah, and Lampard rates him as well. You can tell he's an exceptional player. And when I see his name on the starting lineup, I'm like, yeah, that's good. It's going to be a good game when Torp's playing. There's probably going to be a magnificent goal in there somewhere. So brilliant player. I'm just buzzing for the lad. I think he's exceptional.
Yeah, even that shot hit the bar. The technique of that shot. Simms' touch wasn't fantastic. He could have poked it back to him, and then absolutely fantastic little shot off the bar as well. But the thing I really like about Torp, which this was the tweet I sent earlier about the Grimes losing the ball. He lost the ball, and then don't know if you remember the first couple of minutes. He comes sprinting out of nowhere and absolutely slides the player, wins the ball fantastically well.
Yeah,
I don't think he would have done that last season. I don't think he would have put his foot in. I've noticed he puts the foot in a lot these days, and then he didn't. He's not spectacular, but he just keeps the ball ticking. Obviously, Grimes dictating the play, and he's finding his little pockets of space, and he just keeps the ball moving, keeps it ticking, and he progresses the ball really, really well forward. And I think when Rodoni's back on the team as well, it's going to be. I don't think I remember prior to Rodoni's injury, them three were just absolutely fantastic at a certain point, where it's just like perfect sort of synergy of the three of them just playing the ball around and moving and stuff is fantastic. So I'm really excited for Rodoni to get back into the team, which I think hopefully that Ipswich game would be the one that he sort of starts. I hope.
Right.
Three of them would be fantastic to be starting again for us.
Yeah. So I think he came on for about 10 minutes, Jesse, didn't he? So he came on.
He got a good applause, which was nice.
Yeah. We got Boro away, we got Charlton at home, then Ipswich away. So he might just build him up, so I don't know, half hour on Tuesday and maybe a little bit longer on Saturday. Then hopefully a full game against Ipswich. But Grimes, Torp, and Rudy, Tom, pretty special, aren't they? I think.
It could be one of the best midfield three in the league, to be honest. And once we get it back, I just can't wait. It's going to be, they play off each other so well, so it's going to be great. I think it probably will be the Ipswich game. I don't see Rudy starting against Boro. I think it'll be a similar team to what we played yesterday, to be honest. I'm fine with that. And to be honest, as well, he got a good reception, which I was really happy about as well. And I will say, we've said this so many times we won this season. I don't think we win that game last season, to be honest. Last season, we don't win that game for me. So the fact we won it in the end, I'm just buzzing. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the fact we've all sat here and thought 2-0 down, and I think we're going to win the game. Jay's fairly confident we're going to get
I'm negative for once.
Mr. Positive over there is thinking the game's done.
He's over there. Toys out the pram, he is. He's toys out the pram.
I mean, how many people thought?
I was not happy. But yeah, to be honest, I don't know why I was so negative. I'm usually really positive. I thought manager of the month, internet, everything. So I was like, yeah, it's just, we'll write it off. I'm just buzzing we won in the end.
Played that well.
I think I read. No, I think I read. Was Haji due to jet lag? Was it?
No, he's got
injury.
Oh, I thought it was due to jet lag. My bad.
Yeah, the CWR said it's jet lag, but Frank Lampard said it's a quad injury, so a couple of weeks. He said.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, Simms will start on Tuesday then.
And Wolfie was ill, was he?
Yeah, Wolfie was ill.
He was ill?
I believe so.
He was
in the squad either.
Yeah, I know he wasn't in the squad, but I don't know why. But yeah, illness. Hopefully, is nothing too serious.
Yeah. But I guess the other player that I actually put down as man of the match. I think Torp got man of the match on Sky, and I think in the club, I think the person that I mentioned, Tats, was man of the match inside the club. I thought he was excellent again. I mean, you've spoken about Torp not sliding in and putting himself about. there's one big difference I've noticed about Tats. He even went over in the corner when Grimesy shepherded Grant out and Grant went through on him. Even Tats went over and shoved him away. I think I was thinking, this fella's, he knows he's got some. But I love the way he gets stuck in it. I thought, yes, Steve. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to mention Tats. I know you're his number one fan. Old Tats.
Jesse's known as the Japanese Messi.
Japanese Messi. I said him or talk with my man of the match. Maybe Simms in the conversation as well. But I don't think he was as spectacular. But what he did brilliantly well. He worked his backside off. And I love that little moment you just mentioned where it's sort of, Grant, the big old lad, Tats went over to him and he gave him a few little words. I probably didn't say a lot to him, I'd imagine. But I just think he's really settled in the club now. He knows he's one of the lads. His English is not fantastic. Well, his English is better than my Japanese. So he did the press conference. He did a few more press conferences recently, which is brilliant. But I think he just feels part of the family now, which is amazing to see. Because everyone loves the guy, but he caused them a lot of problems. I thought down that right side. Again, not all the time, but what he did very, very well, and put a good shift in there. Grant's a big old lad on that left side. And I think he only had two maybe runs down the wing. One where he was actually against Grimes, where he sort of in the first half he sort of outrun him. But I don't think he did a lot. I think Milan and Tats dealt with him very, very well down that side. But yeah, I just think. The cross for the goal, perfect. One critique with Tats is, and Milan as well, sometimes they hit that first man too often for me. It's quite frustrating at times. But when he gets it right, flipping out, they're bloody good, ain't they? He finds a man. When he missed that first man, he finds a man. And there's a brilliant cross to Josh. And as you mentioned earlier, I thought it was an absolutely fantastic header. He obviously joked that he closed his eyes and sort of just took his head out and hoped for the best. But that was a proper finishes header. That was really, really good. But yeah, I just think Tats is again a bit like Torpy. He's not scared to put his foot in now. He knows the league. He knows he's good enough. He knows he's technically good enough. And now he knows he can put his foot in. He's not going to get hurt. He got patted a few times as well, but he gets back up. He bounces back up. Obviously, that one where Johnson was down as well. He got a good kick in. I don't know from who, but he gets quite a few knocks again. Obviously. Saw with Thomas last week as well, the last game as well. He gets back up, and he puts a good shot every single game now. He's performing, which is good.
Yeah, he did quite a few dummy crosses, didn't he, Tom? On his left foot, back on his right foot, back on his left foot. Did that numerous times.
He loves doing that, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I thought the icing on
they fall for every time.
Far side second time, backheeled it again through someone's legs to put KK running down the wing.
That was brilliant. Yeah, I forgot about that until you just reminded me. I turned to my girlfriend. I was like, it's just what he does. He's an exceptional player. I mean, you always know what you get with Tats at home. I mean, even say Tats away now. I don't even think that's a conversation anymore because I really think he stepped up even away from home now. But at home, he's always been just sensational, and every player falls for it every time as well. So yeah, I thought he was really, really good yesterday. Very positive. I'd say he was my man of the match personally. It was a brilliant ball in for Eccles' goal. So, he's just a sensational player, really. But he has been since coming in. And I think, he feels part of the lads now. I think when he first came in, he had a few, language barriers, which is honestly understandable, of course. But he's really settled in now. And you can tell he loves it here. And the fans love him as well. So, sensational player, though.
Yeah, I think you summed it up then, James. Basically, his work rate yesterday made him probably my man of the match thinking about it. And, a couple of crosses here and there, but I thought it was superb. The other player I was going to mention was on my list was EMC. Not sure how he played, Jesse. I thought at times he looked better when there was space behind the man, that he could at least attack him. But if they were defending too deep, I thought he struggled a little bit, and he was up against a big unit. I don't know if I can't remember who was marking him, but was it Illing Jr. that came on? And I can't remember if he was marking EMC or not, or whether it was Taylor. But that Illing Jr. was huge, absolutely massive. But he did all right. I mean, the shot that he cut in on his right foot, I was sat right behind. I thought it was going until the keeper saved it. That was beautiful. Got caught offside a few times from goal kicks and what have you. But I thought he was quite decent when he was going forward. But what did you think, Jay?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of an indifferent performance from him. Again, with him, I think his work rate is getting a little bit better. There's a couple of opportunities where he covered Jay Silva down that left side, which I thought was good to see. Again, he was good against Campbell, who's a big old lad, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
It was a good battle. It was a good battle, I thought. But the thing with EMC, that shot, I want to see more of that from him. Like that way, he can sort of drop a shoulder, come inside, and pop a shot off on goal. Top wingers do that. If he wants to, hopefully in the Premier League next season, hopefully if he wants to be a success in the Premier League, they need to be doing that more often. Also, when he does take his man on, it frustrates me from time to time that his end ball isn't always fantastic. I always mention that Tats sometimes misses, so hits the first man all the time. Too often I find that he sort of just digs the ball into an area where he's not really looking. He just put his head up a little bit, see where the player is, and then pop the across him. But I thought he was good, but not fantastic. They would Tats on the other side. But again, this is the EMC. Sometimes he's good, sometimes not quite sure. But he's okay. I thought he had a good game yesterday, but not a world. Again, I thought Stokey was really, really good against Stoke.
Yeah.
So again, I just want to see a little bit more from him most matches as well. Rumours are that we're going to be signing a winger in January. So hopefully that get the competition. I think competition for every player is always good. Look at Milan and KKH. Milan knows if he has a bad game or a couple of bad games, KKH is going to be there, good in for a shirt. Yeah. With Wolfie now as well, and a few other players as well. Like the front three, you've got BT, EMC, and Tats all sort of vying for that two positions. In that case.
Yeah, I think he looks a lot stronger EMC this season, Tom. I don't know about you, but he looks like he's beefed up.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got a little bit quicker over a good few yards. And like we say, I still don't know whether he's right-footed or left-footed, preferably. But the strike with his right foot was superb. Sometimes his crosses with his left foot are great. Sometimes they're not so good. But he seemed to be helping Jay yesterday, De Silva, at times. We've spoken about him increasing his goals and assists. What do you think about him from what you've seen?
Yeah, I think Jay has summed it up perfectly yesterday. I think he was good, not fantastic. I think the work rate's definitely improving and he's definitely beefed up a bit. I mean, if that goal goes in, it's an absolutely stunning goal. At one point, I saw a ball go into him. Yes, I was going to overhead kick it again. So I was like, he can knock himself out again. But no, yeah, I definitely think he's improving. But he's getting there. But I still think, some games he's not so great. But I don't want to bash the lad too much because I do really rate him. I do think he's a really good player. So yeah. I do think if we go up in the Prem, he'll play regularly, I'd say. But let's just see. But as Jay said, again, might be signing that winger as well. Is that the lad from Sweden?
Mane.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, we're in talks with him. I think it started Thursday, didn't it? I saw that rumour come out.
I read something, yeah.
So hopefully we'll get that done for January, and I do think a few more signings would be nice. But we're a very attractive club at the moment as well. Players will hopefully want to come to us because we've got a massive chance to get to the Prem next season. So what's there not to love about that?
Also, attractive fans as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
I do actually agree with that one, to be fair.
You mean Anton Beck?
Yeah, Rob Beckett. Yeah, Rob Beckett was there yesterday, weren't he? That was a weird one, but I was quite happy to see it. I quite like Rob Beckett. So
apparently, he's at performing at the Warwick Arts Centre or something. So he had a couple of shows there.
Okay.
He's a big Arsenal fan, so he just came to watch the Mighty Sky Blues.
There you go. We'll be playing Arsenal next season, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, any great that we're top of the league by 7 points and there's still feels like, in the nicest possible sense, there's a lot of improvement in the side. We've been talking about EMC and Grimes and the centre halves and the crossing and the protection and all that kind of stuff. You think there's still quite a lot of improvement in the nicest possible sense for the team to have. So I was reading a stat the other day. I think Lorna Bailey put it on X. We scored 43 goals this season in 16 games with 11 different goal scorers. And you think everybody's contributing to this. This is fantastic.
Honestly, I was a little bit bored this morning. The wife and kids have basically gone to the in-laws, so I was sent at home alone, not doing much. So I basically put a message out saying, January transfer, what are people looking for? A few people said striker, and I'm just thinking, we scored probably 43 goals. Like, we've got 3 strikers on our books already. Like, is it massively necessary to get a striker? Again, it's a good sort of question to have, but I just think we're in such a fantastic position as a squad. I think personally 1-2 more in and we're absolutely flying. Just a little bit more depth, I think, as well. But yeah, I just think it's absolutely crazy what we're doing. Absolutely crazy how we're playing. It's not like we're sort of last season. I think we were winning games again, like QPR, Stoke. We maybe shouldn't have won those sort of games, but we won them in the last minute goals. I think with Patson scored in the last minute.
Yeah. Portsmouth.
Yeah. Played him absolutely cracking goal, but again, did we really deserve to win that? These games, I think we're really putting the. I said earlier, we're putting our foot on their throat and sort of really deserving to win these games. There's not many games. I don't think. Again, Hull maybe edge it slightly. Leicester, I don't think we. Again, I think we were fortunate to get a draw maybe there as well. But there's not too many games that I think that we shouldn't have won.
No.
Norwich game, we should have actually battered them. It's probably Wrexham's the only one I thought we played really, really bad for 90 minutes. And obviously we deserved to lose that game as well. But majority of the games we were performing very, very well and creating a lot of opportunity. Even when we're not playing well, we're creating a lot of opportunity. Didn't play well against Watford in that first half. Thought we were really, really bad. 3-0 up. It's just what we're doing. It's just that machine we've got now. Absolutely fantastic machine we've got. Emotions.
And we've done a lot of it without Rooney as well, which is massive.
Yeah, and now he's coming back. And if you're talking about Mane, I think he can play 9 as well, can't he? As well as left wing, I think. But I think other people on that chat, a bit like myself, I think we need a new left back. I think if De Silva goes, I think we are struggling. With all due respect to Bidwell. Brow, I think we've spoken about before. I just don't think Frank rates him, to be brutally honest. He's had numerous chances where he could have come on at left back or left wing, and he's not getting any game time at all, although he's still on the bench. But people have spoken about a midfielder, but you think, if we've got Rudy, Grimes and Torp, Tom, then at the minute, when Rudy's been out, we've seen BTA come in at number 10. We've seen Eccles come in at number 10. I know we've got Jamie Allen as well, but there's another 2 that have been able to do something. We're still winning games, but any other positions you might think in January apart from left? I mean, do you agree with another left back and a centre midfield?
Yeah, I think another left back's not a bad shout, to be honest. Obviously, if De Silva gets injured or whatever, I do think we're in a bit of bother there because Bidwell's on his days all right, but it's not as good as De Silva, no offence. And Brown, I still think Lampard rates him. A winger, obviously, I think that's a good shout. A striker, I don't really think we need a striker at the moment. I wouldn't mind another midfielder for a bit of depth. Would be nice in case we get another injury to Rudy or Torp again. But I don't think there's much. I think maybe 2 in I'll be happy with that, to be honest, in January. But we'll have to wait and see. But it looks like we're already getting a winger, which I'm happy about. A good bit of competition for EMC as well. So that's positive.
Yeah, hopefully that comes through. So yeah, I mean, looking away at Tuesday at Boro, 2nd in the league, won 8, drawn 6, lost 2, goal difference of 6. The last 5. They've drawn 3, 1 apiece with Wrexham, Leicester and Oxford. Lost against Watford quite heavily 3-0. And they beat Birmingham 2-1. That's their last 5 games. So what would you do Tuesday night, Tom? Looking at Frank, he seems to go with a similar formation. But what do you think for Tuesday?
I'd probably keep it the same team that played yesterday, to be honest. I was quite surprised BTA didn't start. Was that because he was on international duty?
I think so.
Yeah.
A long flight back from South Korea. So
I would potentially start BTA over Eccles, but I'm not saying Eccles did anything wrong, obviously, but I would potentially start BTA because I think, top goal scorer, you can't really not start him. Except for that, I'd keep it pretty similar. It will be a tough game. It's a tough place to go, but we have got a really good record there. And it'll be nice to see Adi Vivash as well, because obviously he'll be managing them, because I don't know if they've got a new manager yet, but they did say even if they do get one in, he ain't going to manage the game because it's too soon. So I definitely think we can get a result there. I mean, last time we went to 2nd place was Stoke, and we beat them. So I can definitely see us winning, but I don't think it'll be easy. I'd probably say for me personally, a nice little 2-1 win. I'd take anything though. 2-1 win and then hopefully beat Charlton because they did just lose to Southampton 5-1. They were 5-1 down in the first half as well.
Yeah, well, come on to that one next.
When I saw that half time.
I've just written 2-1 down myself, and you said the same. What about you, Jay? What are you thinking Tuesday? Personnel, formation, prediction?
I'm with Tom. I'll keep the formation the same. Only question is maybe bring BTA in for Eccles. Again, not that Eccles did much wrong, as Tom mentioned. It's just a case, obviously, BTA is just on fire at the moment. Give Ellis Simms a bit of help around him as well. And that's probably the only thing. Obviously, it's a bold move as well because obviously a lot more attacking than Eccles. Eccles can, in theory, sort of drop back a little bit and sort of create that third man in midfield properly if we want to go that way. But again, with Middlesbrough, even when Edwards was in charge, I don't think they were playing fantastically well. But Ben's a very big advocate of this as well. When they were on their sort of very, very good run, that they were not playing amazingly well. They're not creating a lot of opportunities, I believe, as well. So I do think that they're taking a little bit. Not that it's going to be a rollover, but I do think that they're there for the taking. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win.
I would love that.
Let's write that one down then. Won't forget that.
We'll get Ben's bets later on.
Yeah.
Well, and
365.
Put the bets on.
Ben 365.
Any bets from sponsors, please do get in contact. We don't charge that much. But yeah, I think again, as always, it'll be a tough ground to go to. Again, it's like I'm not a massive fan of these hoodoo teams and all this sort of stuff, but Boro do feel like we're their bogey team. You can tell all the fans are like, "Oh, we're playing Coventry. Oh, we're playing Coventry." There seems to be that sort of vibe going around the club that they're sort of got this negativity that we're playing Coventry. One, because we're doing so well this season, and two, because we are the bogey team. In reality, it doesn't mean anything at all. AD Voivash has never managed against Coventry before. Norm is going to kill Kim Hellsberg if he is in charge. If he gets his visa sorted out by then as well. But again, as Tom mentioned, I don't think he'll be in charge of that match because he just won't have enough time on the training ground to implement his ideas. But I just think I think Frank, as much as I love AD and as much as AD is a footballing genius in my eyes, I just think Frank and his management team will just have too much tactical nous to sort of edge him out a little bit. And the two matches that they played against Birmingham, apparently they didn't do that brilliantly and sort of ground out a result. Birmingham should have maybe got a result there. And against Oxford, again, I think they were okay-ish. But again, they do get involved. What kind of a rubbish team draws at Oxford at their ground?
Boro, Cov, Leicester.
Not us.
Yeah, blimey. And then we're off, I know it's next Saturday, but Charlton at home. And like you were saying, Tom, my phone was buzzing with the updates. I think they were 4-0 down after about 22 minutes and 5-0 down before
Shocking.
5-0 down before half time. Grabbed one back and it stayed at 5-1. But, you know, some of their games, I looked at some of their games. I know they beat Ipswich, which I think is probably the result of the season that I'd seen so far away at Ipswich. Their last 5, they've lost 2, won 1 and drawn 2. Haven't scored many, but obviously let quite a few in against Southampton yesterday. So I suspect Frank Tuesday, same side like he did against Stoke, which surprised me. I was thinking maybe, playing Wolfenden against Stoke, but obviously he's gone 3-3-3. That even crossed my mind for Tuesday night because we're playing away against a team that are second. But we went to Stoke, he's played 4-3-3, which we think he might do again Tuesday. But BTA, I think for Eccles, is probably a good shout with both of you. Charlton next Saturday, Tom?
Score prediction, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's going to play.
I think same formation, same team as probably will start against Boro, to be honest, and probably the same team that started yesterday, if BTA obviously comes in. I would say I see them beating them 3-0, to be honest. I'm not saying they're a bad side, because they are really punching up. They're up there, and they've done very well, considering they've just come up from League One last season. But I am going to go 3-0 to Cov. It will be nice. I don't think Matty Gordon will be in the squad because I think he's still injured. But I'm still hoping he travels because it'll still be nice to see him because he's a player that I loved over the years. So be nice to see Godders, but I'd love to thrash him. I do think 3-0 Cov. I think at home we could beat anyone, just anyone, and I don't think they'll bring much. So I'm going to say 3-0, but let's see. Yeah,
they were up now so long ago. I was surprised when I looked at the table. They're 13th now. So they were top,
wow.
Yeah, they were top 6. What seemed like a week.
They're in the playoffs. Yeah.
And dropped. That's
what a 5-1 loss to does against Southampton.
Yeah, I mean they beat West Brom, then they've lost at Wrexham and Southampton. So obviously they've just dropped down 4 or 5 places. But Jay, your thoughts against Charlton?
Well, just on that point, from 15th to 3rd, there's only 5 points in it. So it's very, very tight. So that's why Derby were in playoffs when they were beating Watford at the weekend. Obviously lost. Now they would have been players on 6th or 5th position, I think. Now because they lost that match, they're in 12th. So it's very, very tight. Again, West Brom, I think they're 4 points off playoffs, West Brom, and they're in 17th position. 17th off playoffs. So it's very, very tight in that little group of teams. as well. So obviously that's why you want to still stay out of that. With the Charlton match, I'm with Tom. I think it won't be a comfortable game because I'm a contrary to many people. I'm a big fan of Nathan Jones. He's one of those guys you love to hate kind of thing, but I think he's a fantastic manager.
A funny character.
He's a funny character. So he's definitely entertainment value. He's worth the £45 when we go down there. If they charge £45, that's definitely worth the entertainment factor for sure. But again, I haven't seen them play too many times live. I saw them play Leicester, where they should have absolutely battered Leicester. They played really, really well. Coventry should have scored a hat-trick, ironically, against them as well. But I thought they played very, very well. Defensively, they seemed to be quite solid. But again, it's their sort of attacking prowess that sort of maybe sort of let them down a little bit. But like that Ipswich game, they got absolutely battered looking at the stats and the highlights of that game. And then they just scored 3 goals in very quick succession. So
yeah,
it was one of those games that sort of luck went your way. Ipswich missed a lot of good opportunities in that case, in that game where Coventry are taking their opportunities. So hopefully that's the same scenario where we create a lot of chances, but like Ipswich, we'll put them away, hopefully, in that case as well. So I would go 2-0 in that game. I think it'll be, again, a little bit tighter because I do think that they have got a good back line. I think, I don't know, I think they'll sort of maybe sit back a little bit more, but I think teams are causing us problems when they actually ironically come out and play a little bit and sort of try and press us and hit us and stuff like that. So I don't know what team they'll sort of bring out and stuff, but yeah, I think they're doing very, very well. Again, I was one of a few, not a lot of people, I thought they would stay up this season just because of Nathan Jones. I think he just give you a little bit extra on the sidelines. He sort of makes it's that sort of me against the world or us against the world kind of thing, which I think works quite well, especially with your smaller teams and teams that just come from League One. But yeah, I'll go for a 2-0 win. And that's another 9-point week in my eyes.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? I think a bit like you, I've seen on play, and I think the Ipswich game, I think they were battered first half. It was 0-0, and somehow they come out and scored 3 goals and beat Ipswich. Just, I've seen them a couple of times. That, yeah, they've looked very, very good. But Nathan Jones, he didn't have to wear his heart on his sleeve, that fella, doesn't he? But he likes to celebrate when things go right. I remember seeing it with Sheffield United when they scored late, and he went absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
It sounds off a little bit. It is a little bit about the Nathan Jones show, but it's funny to watch as an outsider. One thing I would like to bring to people's attention, which I've just noticed just for the show, we've got 4 players that are on 4 yellow cards, which I think wiped out after the Ipswich game. So you've got Haji Wright, Liam Kitchen, Jay De Silva, and Victor Torp is now after booking at the weekend, all in 4 yellow cards. So they've got another 3 games to sort of hang in there. Just saying, out of those 4, obviously Haji's probably going to be injured for those games, maybe, and maybe back for the Ipswich game, so he should be fine. Kitchen, De Silva, Torp. Do a couple of them take a tactical yellow on Tuesday, maybe miss the Ipswich game? Again, I don't like that myself because we had too many changes against Wrexham and completely walls up our team, really. But do you risk it a little bit? Or
maybe Kitchen if Wolfie's back. Wolfie starts against Charlton, maybe at home. So maybe.
I like that. Maybe so rest him for that game. De Silva, I think De Silva is the biggest one we cannot lose.
Yeah.
Especially for the Ipswich game as well.
Yeah. I think you might be right. Like you say, Hadji's going to be injured. Torp, in the nicest possible sense, we have replacements for Torp. JDS, we are going to struggle with, I think. Kitchen, I guess. Lati was on the bench at the weekend. I'm not even sure he's kicked a ball this season. So I'm not entirely sure Wolfie is as good in a back 4 than he is in a 2 centre halves and 3 centre halves. I think he's better in a 3. So I wouldn't really want to do Kitchen and play Wolfie in a 2 personally, but the tactical stuff certainly makes sense to, or even if you give them the first half or sub them, whatever it might be. It's a difficult one, isn't it? But I'd rather miss Charlton than Ipswich.
Ipswich away is tough, very tough.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough game, that is, I think. But we'll go with your 9-point week, Jay, I think. And,
let's hope.
Give us a point now, eh?
Yeah, that's the...
So again, I do feel that again, that's a tough place to go, but I don't think the people saying that they're back on their resurgence are going to sort of push it. But I saw them against Norwich, and I don't think they were that fantastic. I think Norwich are that crap, to be honest with you. I've seen them play a couple of games afterwards. I don't think they're again. I think they've got a fantastic squad. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're quite ready to. People think they're going to sort of bump up to second place, first place, and stuff. I don't think they're in that position as of now. They may be because they've got a fantastic starting 11, and then they've got some fantastic bench players as well that will probably walk into most teams in this league, including ours as well. They've got some really, really good players sitting on the bench, but I think they're lacking the number 9. I don't think the two strikers they've got are very good. The right winger they bought for 59 mil he's 19 years old, hasn't really, again, from a Scandinavian club. I don't think he's hit the ground running at all as well. They've got 2 fantastic left wingers, but given that Akpong as well, I'm not a massive fan of his. I think he's a one-season wonder. I'll say it now. It's a bit Tim Pot, I'd say he is, but yeah, I just don't think they're as ruthless as people think they are. And again, probably to go. I'd never like to say we'll take a point now, but go there for the win. I think Frank doesn't do anything else but go for the win. So we'll come to that next week anyway, that game. But
well, they drew against Wrexham yesterday, didn't they? 0-0. So I don't know how the game went, whether it was deserved point or not. But
I haven't seen the highlights, to be fair, so I'm not sure.
Wrexham keeper
can do that. We can do it.
Wrexham very, very defensive that game, so just shut them out effectively. Came for the point, got the point, went home, happy days.
Yeah. On to Boro and Charlton then. See how we get on, and I'll speak to you next Sunday, chaps. Thanks for your time.
See you lads next week. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Go up, Sky Blues.